Alrighty, BoobTube's another one of Keeps Creeps. And remember, people, this ain't 1984. It's a sequel, motherfuckers. 2024! Don't call it a comeback! Anyway, so we woke up this morning and the magic man in the sky has wove his wand and changed the definition of shit. Rewrited the books, not burning them, just rewrite them, motherfuckers, just reprint. And we now have the government's definition of extremist. Now, this is beautiful, isn't it? Because it's all about perception and your ability to argue what is, isn't, etc., etc. It's not black or white. It's legalese, legal talk, basically allowing them enough manoeuvre room to make it up as they go fucking along, right? So, look at the definition they're putting in place. God knows what fucking the government and cabinet we're going to have by the end of the year. Never mind in, what, another 5 years? Another 9 years? Huh? Think about it. Politics is changing extremely. Oh, hold on, I need to look up the definition of that quickly. Right. So, now we've woke up with a new version of extremist. Let's say I'm dictator in 9 years' time, right? Let's see how I would put these things into play.
Good morning, it's Thursday the 14th of March. Our main story today, the government is setting out a new definition of extremism.
Hear ye, hear ye! Some men that pretend they're elected by the majority, but actually elected by the minority, have now came together and changed their language overnight. Hear ye, hear ye! There's no chicken Kiev, it's chicken Kieves.
Part of its pledge to tackle what it calls the increased threat to the UK.
The new terminology will be used to assess whether groups are eligible to receive public funding or support. Our political correspondent.
Great! So it's got no basis in law. There's not a new law. It's just that fucking just the meaning has changed. And we'll take that into consideration when dishing out bags of cash.
Damien Grammaticus explains.
The aftermath of the October the 7th attacks on Israel, the government says, has been increasing concern about radicalisation here in this country. So it's come up with this new definition of extremism, saying it means the promotion or advancement of an ideology based on violence, hatred or intolerance.
Right, when I'm dictator, every fucking religion put on this fucking motherfucking earth pretty much is extremist. Not only to say you need to believe in fairy stories. Genuine fairy stories, water into wine, magic, fucking rabbits out of hats, walking on water, virgin births. Yes, Your Honour, I've been taking care of this little girl, let's call her Mary. Remember, she's a virgin, and she's get pregnant within my care, Your Honour. But it wasn't me, it was a magic man in the fucking sky. No, I don't fuck little girls, Your Honour. It was a magic man in the sky, honest. She's a virgin birth, it's a miracle, I tell ye. Not me fucking her, no. Hold on, I'm just going to get this water and turn it into orange wine. Wowee. Look, see that sea over there, that big bit of water? Just partied it like a fucking G. Right, so let's see what else we can put in the extremist bracket.
That aims to negate or destroy the fundamental rights and freedoms of others.
Ding! Christianity! You better know, or fucking Catholicism, the old fucking Pope himself. Does he want you to wear a Johnny? He's stopping the freedom and me putting a bit of fucking rubber on my dick. Man, that's got to be one of fucking God's given fucking rights to fucking do what you want with your dick. Might have some consequences, but you might, and the very fucking, one of the least harmful things you can do to your dick is stick a bit of rubber in it. Oh, no. Muslims, fucking, Hindus, they can't even, let's get the Hindus in on this, man. They get a fucking scot-free and they're as retarded as the fucking rest of them. With their turban and shit, they can't fucking cut their hair or they lose their power or some shit, innit? Some fairy story like that. What fairy stories of the Jews got? Fucking a homeland given to them that they fucking need factor fucking 99 plus 99 in from the majority of them to live. Well done, God. Well done, God. You couldn't have got them a wee more fucking tempered climate, you know, where people weren't dying in their droves of skin cancer and shit. But hey, that's just me thinking practically. Who else have we got up here? Proddies. Proddies. We're going to protest against the fucking Catholic Church. They've got a monopoly, I tell you, on fucking the word of God. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up to everybody, then we're going to rewrite the book, and then we're going to fucking monopolise that again. We're going to do what we're protesting against. We're not going to open it up to every cunt, we're going to open it to us. Then once us have wrote another book, we're going to fucking gather round that book and say, this is the word of God. This is the word. No, you fuck off. You can't protest the word of God. It's the word of God. That's what you were about in the fucking first place, you numpties. Who else have we got on the plate? So we've got the Catholics and the Proddies, the Muslims, the Jews. Fucking that Buddha cunt's a bit creepy, isn't he? What was he doing about little boys? Was he kissing them or something? Or I don't know. Every religious fucking the Hindus as well, we get stuck into them. Right, so every organised religion is an extremely retarded extreme group, all based on violence. Point to your fucking warfare throughout the centuries. If it's no started with a woman, it started with territory or religion, or it's started with a woman or territory, and then religion's what's getting used to fucking be the Pied Piper for all the idiots. Aye, God told me to tell you to go and kill them. They're fucking non-believers, they're the devil.
Undermine the UK's system of democracy and democratic rights, or intentionally create a permissive environment for others to do that.
Shit! I'm an extremist. I'm going to vote away from the whole democracy scam system. It's a pile of shite. It ain't worth the paper that it's not wrote on. The only country in the world with a fucking constitutional monarchy. Show me this constitution. No cunt can, because it doesn't exist. It's all fucking bits and bobs. Honestly, go and try and find some well-paid fucking retard to tell you hundreds of gobbledygook about the British Constitution. It don't exist. And we're meant to be a constitutional monarchy with our fucking unwritten down constitution. And look at what just happened in Parliament with all this pish procedures, fucking rituals and all that shit. Write this shit down, so if some cunt goes against that, we can point to these fucking melted welly boots fucking shit. I'm talking about Sir Keir the stammer on the gear. Sir Keir's on the gear, and that fucking speaker who have just got off scot-free, and everybody's like, oh, give the MPs more money, they're under threat. What? You just bumped us, you fandans. Right, so I'm an extremist. I'm giving people the ability and the idea fucking to set up our own voting system away from this fucking charade. Charade. Bullcrap. And at least get to the stage where these fucking well-educated fucking pigs at the trough can no longer stand up in front of us and say they rule and govern us by consent. We've took our consent away. And then what now? Fuck knows, right? Figuratively start all these institutions again. But there's obviously got to be a transition. You can't just pull out straight away. I mean, there is sensible ways of doing this. It's been done before. You know, it isn't like the West doesn't know how to fucking go into a country, wreck its previous fucking institutions, and start all over again. The West does it all the time. In fact, fucking a lot of places do it all the time. They're well versed in it.
This month, outside Downing Street, Rishi Sunak promised robust action.
We will redouble our support for the Prevent programme to stop young minds being poisoned by extremism. We will demand that universities stop extremist activity on campus. We will also act to prevent people entering this country whose aim is to undermine its values.
This isn't a new legal standard.
What are our values? What the fuck is British values? Bumping Parliament? Sleazing all over the world? Soft power? Fucking rich motherfuckers using their big pile of cash to capitalise on fucking weaker fucking skinter people worldwide? Is that what British... What is British values? Roland fucking rat.
Up a list of extremist groups, Islamists and neo-Nazis, it says, whose actions, while not illegal, are deemed threatening.
Oh, you're not breaking the law, but you're scary, scary, scary. Now, think about what's happening here. Because of the actions of fucking morons, we're moving into an authoritative state. So, 1, 2, 3 administrations down the line, right? God fucking knows who's going to manage to grab power. And they're going to have the framework in place to round people up based on the government saying they're X, Y or Z illegal immigrants. Let's say if they remove the Rwanda policy of rounding up illegal immigrants and sending them to fucking God knows where. Let's say they extend that in the future to cover extremists. Who could fucking disagree with sending extremists away out of this country to a gulag in some dust bowl in Africa? Who could disagree with that? Right, as I just explained, look at the fucking wording that they've just said to fucking classify a new an extremist. Could be any cunt. I definitely qualify. I'm going against the fucking democratic fucking system within this fucking country because it's a fucking joke. I've got eyes and I can see what's happening. I don't listen to the shite they say. I watch what they do and I don't like it. I can't. If that's what the majority of fucking idiots get fucking coaxed into doing, more power to them. They're better fucking at persuading people than I am because I fucking tell the truth. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. And I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, far from it. But by their definition, every organised religion and all the cults are fucking extremists. I'm definitely an extremist because I don't fucking go for... I hate the democratic institutions that exist in this country. I want a fucking elected dictator with a 5 or 10 year term. I want to fucking figuratively kill all these institutions and start again. I want to get away from all these fat, privileged fucks sitting in a house, making weird noises at each other, saying things for fucking, saying phrases for 400 fucking years ago that nobody fucking understands. With all these, no rules are written down. So people that go against them, you can't point to them and go, you broke the rules. So, flippity floppity flew by design, by the way. By design, because all these rules and procedures and protocols have been in place for hundreds of years, and it's fat fucking drunken high motherfuckers throughout the years that have written this, they always give them a get out of fucking jail free clause. Because they're all pigs at the fucking trough. I didn't understand people didn't understand that every single member has to swear an allegiance to the monarch. I thought that was just common knowledge, but when I put that video up with George Galloway swearing allegiance, a lot of people in the comments were, I can't believe. I was like, oh, fucking welcome to democracy, motherfuckers. Yeah, imagine the Raven Rooney fucking knuckle draggers getting. No, the Raven Rooney knuckle draggers would like that, man. Jeremy Corbyn, there's Jeremy Corbyn, man. He had to swear allegiance to the king. Like, see those oaths they motherfuckers are taking? If they break that shit, man, it's really seen as something. In times gone by, you could get killed for breaking oaths like that. People have been killed for breaking oaths like that.
Some Conservatives worry it could impinge on our freedoms.
Radical Islamism pose a serious threat to our nation's security. And I agree with my right honourable friend that we must urgently address this. But reports that the government wishes to broaden the definition of extremism are concerning, because in separating the definition of extremism from actual violence and harm, we may criminalise people with a wide range of legitimate views and have a chilling effect on free speech.
And this is absolutely not about silencing those with private and peaceful beliefs, nor will it impact free speech.
Government insists the bar will be high.
Private and peaceful beliefs. Some say there's never been a peaceful revolution in the history of revolutions. Right, so of course you want everything to be peaceful if you're the fucking motherfucker on top dictating all this shit. And I'm not talking about Roland Rat there. I'm talking about the institutions. And these are what's the word I'm looking for those dragons with hunters of heat? Hydra, innit? Is that the word I'm looking for? All these institutions are hydras, including the royal family. You can't cut off fucking. You can't take out one man and that's the end of the game. They've all got fucking. You cut one head, boom, another, and you cut another head, boom, another. You cut another head, boom, another. Because they're all big, massive, pyramidic, structured institutions. And the reason they're structured that way is with that in mind. There isn't one singer, there isn't one song, boom. Anyway. Coffee is
individuals attending marches won't be named. Religious beliefs and strongly held convictions will be unaffected. But it says groups seeking to organise events that aim to subvert democracy will be listed, denied official meetings and funding. So
wonder if I'll get arrested for being an extremist standing there with a shoebox. You want to vote in our election, vote us, not them. Just a thought. Because I'm openly subverting democracy.
They can be identified and marginalised.
Or their democracy, actually, as if they've got a monopoly. It's like, the way they set up democracy scam is a fucking joke. Nobody's held accountable. It's a big hydra, so there's no challenging any of the institutions and the ingrained power within those institutions. There's no fucking chance. There is no change of power, there's no change of ideas, there's no change of ideology. You've got the fucking civil service and sprinkled on top of that, and who controls them has got a lot to say how these institutions are actually genuinely ran on the ground. Let's not forget, I mean, it's a cluster fuck, right? But people are sick of it, sick of the endless excuses. The Labour's getting in and blaming the Conservatives. The Conservatives getting in and blaming the Labours. We're just coming to the point now where Labour's going to get in and blame the Conservatives for years, and then fucking Labour will do a load of shite, and then the fucking Conservatives will go, you're really pish, and people go, oh fuck, Labour is really pish, well let's vote for the Conservatives again, and the same will happen again and again and again. And I don't give a fuck what the SNP do, or the Raven Looney fucking Monster Dragon Party, or what Nigel Vadge does, or Bobo Johnson, or all your fucking extra right is like right wing Conservatives does. The numbers do not lie. People have done the maths. The bookies do not fucking fail, man. The bookies know what they're doing. They get fucking endless cunts and computers on fucking abacuses all early gaff for figuring this shit out, man. And unless somebody thinks outside away from the box, I mean, it wasn't that long ago I heard Theresa May, and I can't remember how it got brought up, and she was like, well, we govern and police by consent. Okay, let's change that. Let's withdraw our consent, because there's more people pissed off with the whole framework of this shit. So what are you going to offer up? Well, I bet you, I've said this before, get a bunch of under 10-year-olds, probably under 10, shove them in a room, might be child abuse, but hear me out, shove them in a room with some crayons and pens and paper, just ask them, like, try and sort out a better way of voting with a fairer outcome. Right, it wouldn't be party political politics. That's bought and paid for, and these fucking, they're called a political party for a reason, because they're having a fucking party off their donors, and we're like, it's like, it goes without saying, if you donate millions of pounds to a fucking political party, they might make a few fucking decisions in your favour. And if you're a billionaire, a millionaire, a wee % in tax either way makes a fucking big difference to your bottom line. You know what I mean? Are people that naive to not understand how the party political system works in this country? It's corrupt at its core. It's corrupt at its core. We no longer need the party system, right? We no longer need fucking local representatives either. We can have direct democracy through some sort of computer system. What was I thinking about the other day, man? If I can do secure banking on my fucking mobile phone, if I can jump through the hoops that you have to jump through to fucking sign up to a bookies nowadays, then you can do that through the voting. So if bookies and fucking banks have got secure systems. You can even get it to where it needs your fingerprint. Ooh, Illuminati. Right, but what I'm saying is, the people elect, this is just my idea, the people elect a dictator with an agreed upon through direct democracy, a term, that'd be 5, 8, 10 years, something like that, where the proviso that the dictator can only get removed if the people vote. I don't know what, if there's 90% of the people vote him out, then he has to get out. But up until that point, what the dictator says goes, and what he puts forward goes to a vote to everybody. No party political politics. So I would say, fuck knows, let's kick fucking Simon Jordan out, right? Because he looks like fucking Wurzel Gummidge, and he does my tits in with pseudo-intellectual jibber jabber, and cunts like him should never be around football, man. Fucking see the people that are not around football now, man. It's a fucking joke. But that's another debate. That would be one of my first policies. So I would put that out as dictator, because the dictator is the man that's in touch with the people. And I put that out to the people for a democratic vote. Not democracy. It's a dictatorship that uses a voting system. Thinking outside the box here. And obviously I would be in fucking big fucking I'd be like Colonel Gaddafi, man. I'd join the army 100 times and get honours and medals for doing nothing. Just fucking have a big Havana cigar and shit, man, look apart. And then I would put his vote to the people, and if 51%, 50-50, it's a tie. Ask again another point. But if it's 51% in favour of fucking deporting Simon Jordan back to fucking Scarecrow land, back to the 90s, we'll get fucking Doc and Marty in on this, man, and we'll send him back to the 90s where he'll fucking, his haircut will fit in. And that's how my dictatorship would work. Direct democratic dictatorship. So, and I would be the only one to have the power to put questions forward to the people. But other people would have to vote for national issues. You wouldn't have to have a local representative, because back in the day when this system was set up, this is how old it is. When this system was set up, they had your local representatives because you didn't have telephone and all that shit. So you'd speak to your local representative and they would take your concerns back to Parliament. That was the whole idea. We don't need that anymore, right? But you do have local representatives who are required to stay and not only stay, probably have worked in the area. So you wouldn't have like fucking George Galloway representing Rochdale. You wouldn't have Tommy Robinson able to run in the northeast. You would have to be local, fucking born and bred. Regardless about fucking colour of your skin, it would all be about your accent and where you were fae. And then you would represent the people that you grew up around. And then you'd have the dictator ball. It'd be like, a bit like PMQs, but really fucking show the fucking people it, man, because the hookers and blow everything, man, a proper party, right? But with no party political politics, just a party. And then the people, the local people from the local area who are born and bred in the local areas can tell me genuine local concerns about local people and how nationally we could change policy or do something to help those fucks out. So the farmer shit would be heard. Your sheep shaggers for Aberdeen. The lack of sheep for the shaggers. Concerns would be heard. Your tutors, people would hear them but wouldn't know what they're fucking saying. So on and so forth. So that's how I would structure it. And that's just me stabbing in the fucking dark, trying to be funny on a BoobTube video. It's well better fucking idea than this shite we've got. For fucking a bygone era when fucking cunts fucking still using smoke signals and fucking carrier pigeons. And that isn't even a fucking joke. Well, it is. It's a joke because it's funny, but it's true.
Census. not deciding on its own what constitutes extremism. Damien Grammaticus, BBC News.
Let's speak to our chief political correspondent, Henry Zeffman, now. Good morning to you, Henry. When you boil this right down, you can change the words, but the question remains, what difference will it make in practice?
That's right, Charlie. This is not a new law. This is not a profound change to the laws of the land on extremism and how different groups operate. But what it is designed to do is help the government work out which groups it should be talking to and which groups it shouldn't. Almost like a bouncer, there's going to be a list. And if you're on the list, you can't interact with the...
Basically it's good guy, good guy, good guy. What? So to be on to be off the list and to be on the gravy train.
That's what the government wants to do here. Now, interestingly, there's a few different strains of criticism. There are some people who say, well, hang on, actually, the act of creating this list, the act of writing this new definition in itself creates more division, something the government
some
absolutely
good British
denies.
teeth, isn't he?
There are also people, including on the right of the Conservative Party, for example, who are worried about the free speech implications of this and think that some groups, for example,
Right, so there's problems with the free speech element coming from the Conservative Party. Wonder why.
Abortion groups or gender critical campaigners might end up being covered by this new definition when they shouldn't be. But crucially, what will happen to those groups who do end up being covered? Well, the government won't deal with them, and they hope that other...
Hold on, pal. See if you're willing to... See if you have killed people and your extreme retarded religious belief over abortion and shit. That's fucking extreme in anybody's fucking... It's not only extreme, that is breaking a motherfucking law called murder. You can't call those crackpots extreme. Which is where the anti-vax retards comes from, by the way. Do your due diligence. It's not the Illuminati trying to wipe us out.
Other public authorities, local government and so on, won't deal with them either.
And Henry, just pick on the story relating to Diane Abbott. We know these alleged comments by a Tory donor that Miss Abbott made him want to hate all black women. Some people have said these are racist comments. Others have moved around that particular word. In the Commons yesterday, a lot of attention on Diane Abbott, not because she spoke, but precisely because she didn't get the chance to speak. Just talk us through that and what she said. I mean, that was really extraordinary and just odd. Prime Minister's questions was dominated by people, including Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, asking Rishi Sunak about Frank Hester's alleged comments. Diane Abbott was indicating that she wanted to ask a question, but she wasn't called by the Speaker, Sir Lindsay Hoyle. You say that some people are calling those alleged comments racist. That now includes the government and includes Rishi Sunak. And a little earlier, when Naga was interviewing Michael Gove about extremism, she asked...
46 times she stood up and get blanked off a Sir Lindsay Hoyle, man. My lord, that parliament is falling a fucking part. And do you want to know why that can happen? Because there isn't any written down set of motherfucking rules. It's about what old Geoffrey done 200 years ago and got away with. You know, it's a piss take, an absolute fucking joke. The mother of all charlatans. I mean, parliaments.
Asked him whether those alleged comments counted as extremist.
Well, I take these things exceptionally seriously, and because I take them seriously...
Right, they've moved away from the extremist thing onto fucking Thunderbirds. You know, he genuinely looks like fucking Thunderbirds, man. They fucking were led by the least among us, you all. They're all fucking snotty-nosed, fucking posh motherfuckers with big piles of cash in their family that don't give a fuck about the great unwashed like me and you, man. Don't give a flying fuck. And they think people are too stupid to figure out their racket. And it's either join them, but if you can't beat them, join them. Well, I've set up my own game. So let's see if I get arrested or get somebody scooped up off the street for holding my own election come general election time. And I've got money on it happening between May and June, I think. I think it's summertime, man. It's fight fucking season. You couldn't fucking you couldn't plan it any better. Or the women are out with fucking very little, or the guys are out looking at the women with very little, man. Fucking bloods are boiling, man. It's fight season. It's fight season when the sun comes out, man. That's when the fight seasons happen. And this election is going to be a polarising fucking fight. I can't imagine this election there no been some sort of a riots or skirmishes at polling stations and all that. People's fucking politics are so hyped up, man. I really can't. Anyway, man, that was fucking good. That coffee was good. Anyway, so woke up this morning feeling fine. Found out I'm an extremist. Now it's on my mind. And all organised. It turned into a rant against all religion. Everybody's mesmerised by all these fucking fairy stories and people that are fucking for a bygone era, believing shit for a bygone era, parroting the shit that they ever managed to fucking get believed in because they were weak-willed, and everyone's just like so scared they're looking for the answer. If somebody wants you to believe in God, a good fucking way of getting that is to make you believe in the devil. Give you Alex Jones, motherfuckers. Cunt fucking scares the bejesus out of every cunt about everything. And look how many of his little sheep, because he's a shepherd. Look at how many his flock go to the fucking magic man in the sky. Just one dude, just one god. No millions of gods for fucking every day of the week. Like myself, I've got millions of gods, man. I sometimes make them up on a daily basis. But mine's are real. Yours are real. Mine's are fake. But men are all equal. But we're not. Men are all equal, but this man will tell you what the word of God is. No you. Don't look for the word of God in you. Nah, you ain't got it. I'll tell you. Charlatans, a lot of them, man. Anyway, there's my rant over. Get it? Got it. Good. Are you an extremist? Cat cheese, no cats, cheese. Maybe only some extremist groups were harmed in this film.
Clips, clips.
And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And plus, shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.